Going everybody, I am the Zaben Neo Zaben here on Broadcast Zaben, and today I am going to be showing you guys the newest update in Fortnite, which is, as you can tell from the title, Borderlands crossing over into Fortnite, which is pretty dang awesome. And at the moment, if you go to the item shop, which looks very different, very bold, it looks brighter to me. But that is pretty awesome. I'm really happy that they made this bigger. I don't know why they did, but I'm happy they did. But you would go here. Now, I wish this wasn't a bundle just because of the fact that I only want the good old Claptrap. 20 bucks, though, for Claptrap, the skin, and this? I mean, realistically speaking, my bro said, oh, at least they chose the good bandit. But, like, realistically, there's, like, not really that many. Like, this is just, like, the default. You get what I mean? Like, this is the default of bandits. But as you can see, we have the Battle Hound. I never got his pickaxe, so I don't know if I'll look into that. I just want to see some of these. This one says burpee, so is he actually doing... oh, he just... It trolled me! They burp. They didn't even do the exercise at all. And Overdrive, I remember that one pretty darn well. This one is actually new. It's called Square Stream. But that's not the main focus right now. We'll actually look at this in... We'll look at it via Playground. Or Play Creative, same thing. We'll start our own. And this was actually really dope. Sorry. So if you guys, just saying, I think I might have talked about this in the last Fortnite stream, but don't always fall for streamers who record or stream a lot of these Fortnite events. It's why whenever I think from this point on, if I ever come across an event in Fortnite, I will be just editing it together. Like, none of it's going to be live streamed. And that's something that we're just going to get out of the way first. Is if you... Because I was watching this guy, like, Subby, whatever the heck, Subie, right? This ain't a shout out, but I was watching him, and he was like, Fortnite said there's going to be an update via the 27, which was yesterday. I was like, alright, awesome. We're going to get an update, I'll just wait. So I'm going through YouTube, and then it came up as a recommended, and, usually some of the recommended end up just playing on its own. So that's what ended up happening. His video, his stream popped up for me, talking about a Rift stream event, and I was like, okay, I'm always seeing these streams, stuff always happening with the streams. I want to see, or the rifts. I want to see what's gonna happen in this stream. And we're gonna go to Paradise and slowly land to where we need to be. So I'm gonna mute my phone. So first of all, again, don't really fall for most of the these streams, because this guy, I'm gonna just say Subi, because I don't know how the heck you're supposed to say his name. He was over here by Paradise Palm. This is where we're going right here. This is the Borderlands area. We're gonna start from just the beginning where the welcome sign is, and then work our way in. But you notice a pattern. There's a rift machine that gets sent around. Nobody knows who's setting it up and whatnot. And it shoots into the sky, and then you get these little cool rift things that kind of grow and extend. And so eventually it makes the shape that it is now. And then once that's kind of said and done, it seems like we have to wait for an update, because the map doesn't just change on its own. And that's what was hitting me in my head the entire time. Because he was looking at the machine shoot a beam into the sky, open up the rift, and he's like, everybody type in hype, and you could actually see the machine right there. He was just hyping it up, and I was just like thinking to myself, like man, This guy was recording for, when I got in, it was about an hour and a half. It was an hour and a half in. And this guy was just going on about how everybody should hype up the chat, and it was like the worst thing ever. Like, I couldn't, like, to a point, he was saying, oh my gosh, somebody sent me a screenshot of the cube coming out. And I'm just like, clearly Photoshopped, because they're not going to bring back the cube. But I mean, it would be interesting, like, oh snap, they brought it back. But it's not cool at all. Like, they're not going to bring back the cube just to repeat the same events again, because that's kind of the whole point of the cube, was to go through that event. But anyway, welcome to Pandora. So as soon as you walk in, you'll see that your character right there, gets 100 shield. Now, there's a couple things. So one, if you're wondering why when you go to Pandora you get 100 shield, that's actually not because everyone has a stipulation, but because, well, I mean, yeah, technically each one does. But if you play Borderlands, you know that in the game you get shields, and it recharges over time if you're not in combat. Or even if you're in combat and you just take cover, it will recharge over time. So that's why whenever you land here, you will get a shield regardless of the situation. Now, I'm not sure if you take damage and you just kind of wait and relax, or do you need to get out and get back in. I haven't really tried it because I'm either dying here or dying outside. So I didn't even talk about the challenges for this. There's not that many challenges, but it was pretty interesting to see, and I love everything about this. I want to know if this is supposed to be like a Borderlands 3 kind of look, because I feel like this is very similar. You know, all these containers kind of stacked on each other, and then it's just like, oh, well, this is a house. And it's awesome because you have these chests that open up, and then there's cash. I'm not really sure what that does. I haven't really learned about that. Maybe that's supposed to... Hold on. Because I'm noticing I have wood, so my theory is maybe it's cash in this game is translated into wood. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Alright, let's see. I see cash. No. Okay, well, I really don't know. But that is one of the challenges. And I guess the idea of just cash to collect is it's something that's a part of Borderlands games itself. Because in the game, you'd kill people, or you would look through chests, just like we did right now. You would take the cash, and then you'd put it into... What's it called? You'd take the cash and you'd put it into vending machines, and then you could take out like ammunition, buy more grenades, buy different kinds of guns, different types of grenades, different shields, health packs. Like, the vending machines are very good in the game, but excuse me, it's actually pretty interesting because it's not, how do I explain, the texture of, excuse me, the Borderlands things itself have that Borderlands look. So if you didn't know how Borderlands looks, well, basically like this. And it's not that far off from what we already have in, well, Fortnite. You know? It's cartoony, and then it always has like this black trim at the end. Like you'll look at something, or you could look at my character right now and you'll see there's this like black outline around my character, but I still look kind of like cartoony. Yeah, I'll leave that there. But yeah, like, this is the Borderlands look. Now, obviously, it's not I wouldn't say pinpoint, but it's very, like, everything is. Like, if this is going to be the look for the new Borderlands 3, I'm completely fine with it. Like, that's cool, but, I don't know. Now, this is the thing. Now, going back into the whole hype train for, events, quote-unquote, this was the dumbest thing ever. So, this is the machine that makes the rifts, right? And there should be one in every spot, almost, but... it comes here, it turns on, it does its whole whoop whoop whoop, and it shoots a beam in the air, and then apparently either on that machine or on this one here, it's supposed to make like a little face, a little sad, like mean face, angry face, and then it makes the rift. So it kind of reminds me of like the Voyager from the first time. Sorry, I had to drink water. It's reminding me of when the first time when we had rifts, right? We had the guy who I could have sworn had like that robot face where it like it could be a happy face, it could be a mean face, you know, that sort of ordeal. I could have. It feels like he came back somehow, and then now he's doing this, and this is kind of like the theme. It's like, oh hey, I'm gonna be the one that's bringing, either time travel or dimension travel, to things. So again, they're calling it out of time, and that's what I'm gonna call it. I know a lot of other people are calling it, again, like I said, time travel, but gone wrong. I don't think it's time travel because there's really not that much of a point to go back. I mean, it's not like, oh, you're right, I forgot we're in the zone. I was gonna say, it's not like Pressure Plant really took a lot out of the map, you know. It's not like, oh, we need to get Tilted back or anything like that. You know, we already have Tilted Town, which has its own stipulation. Now, that might go away, because I'm pretty sure nobody's gonna like that, but, we have some really cool stuff. You know, so while you're playing, again, there is challenges. It's things like kill people there and gather the cash from chests and such. It's really easy challenges, but it's interesting to think, like, you know, they had something like I never even heard about this. Usually, like when Stranger Things, can't even get to the roof. Like when Stranger Things was apparently, you know, gonna do something big with Epic Games. All it was in the end was just the Demogorgon coming out as a skin, and then the sheriff guy coming out as a skin. And if you were at Mega Mall, right, when it was still Mega Mall, because now it's back to Retail Row, you would have seen like these little portals kind of scattered around the mall, and it had something to do. I think my bro was telling me that it's referenced to Game of Thrones, or not Game of Thrones, sorry, Stranger Things. I just love Game of Thrones. That's why it got hit in my head. But it's a reference back to the show Stranger Things, because apparently, because I don't watch the show. I only watched, well, Game of Thrones. But I haven't watched Stranger Things, and I'm sure my bro, like, once it's all said and done, will like, hey, let's watch it. I'm like, all right. But actually, I want to go to that side. But yeah, so he told me that the Mega Mall having the portals there is like a reference because in the show there was something going on with a mall, and I believe that the mall might have been having the same situation where like Demogorgons were popping out or something like that. I couldn't really remember what he said since it was a while back, but that's, I swear, what he told me was the reason why they had, or why he thinks that the portals are there in that spot was because it's referencing what's going on with the show. And you know, that's completely cool. You know, I like to at least be aware of it. Like, why would this be here? You know, other than like, oh, this is pretty cool. You know. And he's just like, yeah, it's. I think it's just a reference back to the show. So I was like, all right, awesome. Wow, they really did strip this away. That's weird. I thought they would have kept it the same. But that's weird. Okay, so the other two are the same. Okay. Okay. And that's pretty much it for the whole Borderlands thing. Although, not really just it alone. We're gonna go back to the menu. Like I said, there is challenges, just like how most crossovers typically you have challenges. Sometimes I wish these crossovers had a bit more to them. Like I remember when Avengers had their second, when Marvel had their second crossover using Avengers in Fortnite, they made like these wallpapers or loading screens, as well as a glider for people to get. Dang, I'm not gonna be able to check it out for you guys. Well, that sucks. Well, just so you know, if you wanted to, there is like a couple things. You had to kill like 3 people. You had to get shield 500 times, our total of 500 shield. Which again, you could just land there like 5 times and you'll get it. In case you're, you know, a bad person like me. Here, I'll just look it up. That way we can have an easier list. Those are the only 2 I kind of like really remember. Borderlands challenges Fortnite. There we go. Can I get all of them? Oh, here we go. Well, this one says leaked, but like it's already out. But yes, these are them. So you only had a couple things to do. You had to collect a total of 10 cash from either opponents or from chests. So if you killed someone and they picked up cash from a chest and you killed them, they would drop it as like an item. It's kind of like when you play the John Wick mode. I forgot, like Bounty. It was called John Wick's Bounty, but then once the whole John Wick thing ended, it was just called Bounty. So it's kind of like that in a way. So they pick up the cash, you can kill them, they'll drop the cash, and then you just pick it up yourself, and that will count for the challenge. Next, eliminate 3 opponents in Pandora. Like I said, I wouldn't say pretty easy, but you know, you can make it happen. Next, search the 7 chests in Pandora. That one's pretty easy because I mean, if you can land, or you know, but it's a pretty busy area. It reminded me of Tilted, so. Next, you have find Claptrap's missing eye and return it to him. This is actually found near a TV, so that's my tip, my little heads up for you guys. Should you want to go ahead and collect that specific one, just look around for a TV. It's gonna be right in front of it. Not that hard to find. Lastly, last 2, we have gaining 500 shield from Pandora. Again, just landing there 5 times, like how I did, because I'm such a bad player. You can land there about 5 times, and then you will get, well, the 500 shield. Not that hard. I think you guys can get it. And lastly, there are a total of 3 vault symbols that you have to search, just like you would in the Borderlands game. So, us playing right now, I think we actually came across 3 of them, but there's a total about 4 or 5 of them, so it's not that hard to really find them. Although my bro, I don't know what's going on with him, he couldn't see this giant vault symbol there. But doing all that will actually give you, now I just gotta find it, it'll actually give you a wrap, but we have so many wraps that I don't even know. There it is, Mayhem. This is the wrap. Actually, let's put it on a gun. That would be a lot better. It just looks like all gold. There you go. So as you can see, instead of it being like this and looking like Fortnite, it looks more like the skin of a weapon that you would use in Borderlands. So I thought that was pretty cool. They're calling it the Mayhem set. I wish they would have just called it Borderlands. Just keep it simple, but it's really cool. I really like the look of it and everything. So, you know, I don't know. I really just hope that there would have been more. You know, maybe have like a psycho glider. You know, like you're gliding and it's maybe just a giant head or something of the psycho. Maybe a claptrap glider would have been awesome. Heck, throw in a pickaxe, because Marshmallow, a DJ, had a harvesting tool that you could get, a free little emoji dance that you could get, and I don't think he had a glider, but he did have a lot of stuff. So that's gonna be it for this one. I just wanted one to just go over the layout of the Borderlands Fortnite crossover. I think it would have been, again, I think it would have just been cool if in the item shop they would have at least sold this differently, make Claptrap its own back bling. But then again, we do see in the new Borderlands 3 that he is working with a bandit, a psycho. So I don't know how that's gonna work out. He is working with a psycho. We see that in the Borderlands 3 trailer, where they talk about the creatures of Pandora. The psycho's supposed to be recording him while he talks, but then he ends up like getting distracted by the animals and starts shooting the animals, and it's like, what the heck is going on? And then Claptrap's getting mad. It's hilarious, honestly. Aside from the fact that Claptrap can go upstairs, because that's his weakness, and he was chasing a gun with legs that ran upstairs, and he got mad. Like, he curses. It's hilarious, but yeah, for 2,000 V-Bucks, you know, go ahead, buy it. It's gonna be just like everything else, only once in a lifetime. But thank you for watching. Hit like, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time when we do who knows what. But thank you for tuning in. Stay healthy.